it says, again, we're going to go back to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18. And it says, verse 9, when thou art come into the land which the Most High, thy Elohim, giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Now, during this time, during this age, because the Torah says from generation to generation, during this generation, right, of Israel, passing through the fire is not literally passing through fire. During this time, passing through the fire is letting your daughter wear anything she wants to wear. Letting them look at anything on Facebook. Letting them have a Facebook. Letting them have a phone when they don't need one. Knowing that they're texting all types of foolishness. Knowing what the Most High God said, that we should raise our children. Not the internet. Not Facebook. Not any other social media outlet. We should raise our children. Men, it says that we should rule our houses well. How can we rule our houses when our house is ruled by the internet or by the TV? Right? That is allowing our children to pass through the fire. How is that? How can I prove that? I'm going to show you. Because the scriptures say everything that we do, everything that we sow will be given to us. Whatever we sow, we shall reap. The scriptures say that whenever we sin, our wage shall be death. Right? Watch this. Whenever we allow our children to only text back and forth, not come sit down at the dinner table, right? Not go outside and play, not do the things that the Most High God would have them to do, what do we start to do? Our relationship with our children starts to falter, doesn't it? It starts to go away because we are not being righteous in the things that we do. And so that, where's the death? The death is in our relationship with our children. And before we know it, they're so far gone, we can't get them off the phone. We can't get them off the tablet. We can't get them off the iPad. They won't listen to anything we say. Why? Because we have allowed them to pass through the fire for so long. And then even though it's the fire, it starts to get comfortable to them. And they don't even know anymore that it's Satan. They don't even understand anymore that they themselves have become an abomination unto the Most High God of Israel. Because all they do is they think about, well, what's on the internet today? Did they wake up and give their first fruits unto the Most High God? Did they wake up and say, oh, I praise the Most High God in Christ? No. The first thing they did was they rolled over, took their iPad off the charger, saw that it was 100%, and said, let me see who sent me something. Let me see who sent me something. Right? That is not of the Most High God. These wicked devices of Satan, these wicked devices of Esau is breaking down the nation of Israel systematically. Now, am I saying that we shouldn't have phones? No, I'm not saying that. Am I saying that we shouldn't have tablets? No, I'm not saying that. But your children, think of your children. The Torah says that we have to teach our children. Watch this. Praise the Most High. Now, it says this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, and thou shalt teach them. Hold on. Let's start from 4. It says, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Most High thy Elohim with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. So, number one, we as parents, we have to study the Bible. We have to study the Torah. Because there's no other way that we can teach our children anything if we don't know the Most High God of Israel. Watch this. It says, and these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. 7 says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. How are we teaching our children diligently if we never see them because they locked in their room with an iPad or with a tablet or with a phone, talking to somebody that we've never met before in our life? That is the reason why so many of our children are being hurt, because they talk to people that we don't even know. And then we look at them and we say, well, what's wrong, baby? What's wrong? What happened today in school? Not knowing it's not about what happened in school, it's about what happened in your own house while you was in the other room cooking dinner. They was in there talking to some pedophile, talking to someone that want to have sex with them. Some man on the internet trying to act like he's 14, he's 54. Knowing that he knows the right things to seduce a young mind. Watch this. It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house. So right there, that means we need to be sitting with our children. We need to be sitting with our children, not Satan. We should not allow Satan. That is, I'm going to tell you something. That is why a lot of our children call themselves gay. That's why a lot of our children say that they're homosexual. How you going to be 5 years old liking a boy? How you going to be a 5-year-old boy liking a boy? Why? Because they saw it on the internet. Because they saw it on TV. Think about it. Whenever you were young, whatever you saw on TV, that's what you wanted to do. When I was young and I watched Superman, what did I do? I went into my mother's room, got her sheet off her bed, tucked it in the back of my shirt, and jumped off the porch like I was Superman. Because that's what was on TV. Because that is what was on TV. And I was young. I was impressionable. Whatever your children watch, they will become. If your children watch you following the Most High, your children will follow the Most High. That's why the scriptures say that we have to raise our children in the way that they should go. We can't allow tablets, Google, Siri. How you going to ask Siri a question in front of your child? That's foolish. That's foolish. That is straight foolishness. We teach our children. Watch this. It says, and thou shalt teach thy children, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way. We're not walking with our children by the way. Most of our children don't even go outside. We need to go to the park with our children. We need to have cookouts with our children. We need to say, okay, who's your friend? Who's your friend? Invite them over. Don't just allow your children to talk to people at school if you don't know them. Invite them over. Invite them over to the house. Have a sleepover. Right? It says this. It says, It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So that means you're supposed to pray with your children before they go to bed at nighttime. That's what that means. You're supposed to pray with your children before they go to bed at nighttime, and you're supposed to pray with your children when they wake up in the morning. That's what that means. I'm telling you now, in 5 to 10, 12 years, you're not gonna be able to even recognize certain people, because the internet, right? The www, right? Which is the vive, right? Which is 666, right? Is taking over. And now, everyone on the internet is taking the chip. I'm telling you now, you might not know what I'm talking about. You might know what I'm talking about. But the book of Revelation says that the Antichrist shall have us to take a chip. And you're not going to be able to buy or sell or anything else unless you take that chip. And I'm telling you now, the way that Esau has made everything look, oh, I want this house, I want this car, right? But the Torah says, do not covet thy neighbor's house, don't covet thy neighbor's ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Everything that's on TV or that's on the internet is an abomination against the Most High God. Most of those women on TV are married, and men watch them and lust after them. That is not what the Most High God would have you to do. That's not what he would have you to do. Just like these abominable feasts, he would not have you to celebrate this foolishness. Pick up a Bible, crack it open and read it, and you'll see that that crazy man on the side of the street at Dollar General was telling the truth. We praise the Most High God. Christ said that we must worship his Father in spirit and in truth. The truth is in this Bible. Christ said that thy Torah, meaning thy law, is truth. That's what he said. That is what he said. Hold on. Who? Ma'am, you need to ask a question? Go ahead. Who am I promoting? The Most High God of Israel.
Okay, who is?
Who is the Most High God? He is the God of the Bible, or the Torah. Christ is Father.
Okay. What Bible do you have?
What Bible do I have? The Bible. The King James Version Bible.
Okay.
Right.
Can you help me to turn it to... Oh, no, you can say where you are. Yeah,
okay.
Because I understand.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Chapter 2, verse 12.
Yeah, I know.
Got it? I know you love God, and I commend you for that. But God without Jesus, I said 4:12.
You said Acts chapter what now?
4. 12.
Right.
Okay, what do you read?
Acts chapter 4 and verse 12 says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under Shemayim given among men whereby we must be saved. Amen.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, you agree with me?
Of course.
Oh, okay, because I thought you are promoting God without Jesus.
Oh, no.
God himself can save. That's why he gave his own son. Okay.
Of course.
God bless you.
Absolutely. God bless
Thank
you. That's
sir.
right. Absolutely. I praise the Most High God for Akna. She wanted to know, and that's how you know. You ask a question. Absolutely. We love Jesus Christ. We're out here promoting Jesus Christ. All right? And the scriptures say that his name shall be called the Word of the Most High. Now, my last point is that we have to just go into this scripture. If we go into the scripture, we'll know all things. We won't need to have we won't need to go into other books and trying to figure out things on our own. The Most High God has given us a codified law to follow, right? And all we need to do is follow that law under Christ, His Son, Yeshua Mashiach, the Messiah, the power of the Most High God, the Word of the Most High God, who is Jesus Christ. We praise the Most High God. I thank you for listening. Shalom.